Hello, this video is about mediumship. So first of all, mediumship is an ability I take very seriously for two reasons. One, I want to be able to communicate my vision of the spirit world as accurately as possible to you so that you can have the same comfort and same guidance from the spirit world that I am connected with every day. Second of all, I have a lot of loss in my life, a lot of traumatic loss, a lot of just people passing from many different ways. And so that's the idea that the soul goes on, the souls continue to develop. To me, that's not an idea. To me, it's a reality. So if I can share that with you and for you to have that knowledge of the spirit world, that it's here and existing with us and walking with you and is there for your help and guidance, I think that makes life a little bit easier. But it also makes us perhaps have some extra courage, extra guidance, extra like oomph, so we can be making the most out of our time here. And when we're in a time of grief, it's really been there. It's really hard. And there's all these different ugly stages to it. And the last thing, of course, when you're in grief is wanting to make the most out of your life here. But that grief, that feeling that you just can't get through to the other side, I think connecting with the spirit world will help you. Will help you get through the worst and darkest stages of the loss process. And I get it. Next, why get a mediumship reading? I know this might sound obvious, but people get mediumship readings for many, many reasons, and there's no one better than the other one. But I think that I do believe we all have the ability to connect with our own loved ones in spirit. So the difference between a medium and just everybody else is that a medium can connect with other spirits and other people's loved ones. But yes, you can connect with your loved ones directly. So why do you need a reading to do that? Well, we tend to be so close to our own stuff. We tend to be so wrapped up in our own perspective that guidance from the spirit world or connection with somebody in the spirit world can really jolt us out of our everyday rut that we can get into. And that includes that rut of grief. So it can give us a moment's reprieve. If it can give us a different perspective that could be life-changing. So even with me, I get a reading once a year from one of my mentors. And literally it can change like where I think I'm going. It can turn all that upside down. And when I trust and I listen to the spirit guidance, my life goes better. But it's also just, yeah, I feel like I can speak to my grandparents who have passed away, but it's really nice to have somebody else bring them in and actually give me their message directly, because I can get really wrapped up in my own head about my own communications with my own spirit people. So reading can really help bring that other perspective in. So a couple of just frequently asked questions. Sometimes people say, how soon is too soon? There's, in terms of how somebody's passed away, how soon is too soon? There's no rule there. There's no rule. I've had people come in within days of somebody passing and it works. I've had people come in, somebody could be passed away for 30, 40 years. Time doesn't matter over there. Time doesn't matter whether it's years. Time doesn't matter whether it's minutes. It literally doesn't matter. I think it's more up to us and what we're feeling and whether we are the ones who are ready for a reading and a connection. Remember that a connection, I always say this, use this analogy, spirit connection is like their steam and we're glaciers. So the steam has to really get dense and heavy and the glacier has to like try to get light in order for us to connect. So reading is not like a game of just switchboard. I wish it were. It's not. It's not like you can come to me and be like, hey, dial up Uncle Jim and ask him what the password to his computer is because we're locked out. Like, it doesn't work like that. How it works is that we're open. I'm open. You come with an open intent. Your mind is open, your heart is open, and we see who shows up for you. They will be people who connect to you. They're not going to be random strangers off the street. But who shows up and in what order tends to make sense by the end of the reading. By the end of the session, everything will come together as a whole. But the order in which they come in, the evidence they choose to present is not up to us. We don't have control over that. We have to leave it up to them. It's no different than, hey, we're throwing a party. You can't go down the street, drag your friend by the hair and get them there and then force them to talk about what you want to talk about. It's not like that. So mediumship reading is more like, we're going to be open. What's our highest and best good? The spirit world's going to come in and meet that. It might not be what we want. It will be what we need. I promise you that. Some of the things that we can't do, or some like things, why do we not do some things or another? Some people are like, why just tell me what do they look like over there? Well, they look like a soul. But the reason a lot of us mediums do not describe what you might remember your loved one looking like while they were here is that we all describe each other differently. So for instance, there's like 10 different answers to what color my hair is. And so you might think it looks blonde on this video. Somebody else might think it looks like light brown. And so if you say the wrong thing, then it's not connecting with the way you thought somebody looked like. I mean, think about how just qualitative. Is somebody skinny? Are they fluffy? Are they tall? Are they short? You know, those answers are all over the board. So what they might come in with, if they're talking about what they look like, is a distinguishing feature: glasses, tattoo, something like that. Or if there's a photograph that's very specific about how they look in that photograph, that might come up. But that's like a really common thing. If you're like, well, why don't I just say what they look like and give them their name? They come in talking about whatever the heck they want to come in talking about. Males and females, I can't mix those two things up. If I say I have a male, I can't turn it into a female. If I say I've got your grandmother here, I can't turn it into your cat. Trust me, people have asked that. I've literally said, I've got your grandma here. She starts talking, she starts giving me this evidence. And the person's like, maybe that's my cat instead. It's not your cat, it's your grandma. So anyway, there are certain things that we can't negotiate on in terms of the spirit communication. Also, don't come in with any specific, like, I've got to speak to this one person and I need this specific information out of them, and we had a secret code. Don't be that narrow. Let the communication build, be open. You can set your intent. You can certainly make your private list out of, this is who I would like to hear from. Here's some guidance I would like to have. It's really common, actually, if your dad would always guide you on your business, probably if your dad comes in, he's going to want to guide you on your business. So but he also might want to talk about your cat. So be open. The more open you are, the deeper the communication will get, and the more meaningful it will be. So open mind, open heart, trust and surrender with the spirit world. And hope to see you soon.